You can email the show at nerdstalking@yahoo.com.
Nerdsreviews.com presents Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Yo, we talk about lightsabers, stunning your TV screens, what you want to stream, everything beyond your dreams. Want to talk about movies, sports, or even politics? Go ahead and tune into us, we'll give you all of it. Whatever you're debating, Xbox or PlayStation, Marvel or DC, Mac or PC. Teraflops when the movie drops, gigabytes, chips, RAM, no matter what it is, we got all of it. Welcome to the show.
Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Welcome to Nerds Talking, the podcast. We have our typical suspects here. Carlos is here with Johnny, Hugh McCord, and Marie. Hey, Marie, welcome back.
Thanks.
Yeah, how you been?
I've been good. How are you guys? How are you guys doing?
Doing all right. We're doing okay. You missed the last couple episodes. You're just checking in, make sure everything's all right.
I missed Top Golf.
Did you? Yeah. Is everything?
How's Paris going?
Yeah, how's Paris working out for you?
Not
That's a topic for you.
Have you got to Paris yet?
No.
Is it planned? The trip is planned?
No.
Okay, so it got canceled at the moment.
Yeah. Basically.
You're looking to reschedule and kind of maybe bring some new friends along?
Probably not.
Okay, gotcha. It's a solo trip at the moment. Okay.
No, it's done. It's canceled.
over. No more Paris for you. You just forget it. That trip is over with.
Next, we're going to Barcelona.
Going to Barcelona. All right. I mean, I
What
guess
the hell is in Barcelona?
Spanish people.
Yeah, but Paris has the Eiffel Tower.
Paris has which makes
Or
no
maybe
sense.
China.
because
Maybe
you're
China.
You're gonna go to
China.
Paris.
Yes.
You're gonna go to Paris because they had a finger trap, and you were
No,
wanting to go to. Anyway, all right. Thanks for coming. Listening
I didn't get it. Now
Nerds Talking, the podcast. That's a little inside baseball there. If you guys don't know what that means, Johnny's he doesn't want to say anything because he was there at the baseball game. Anyway, so
wait, did they tell you?
no.
Did
What do
they
you
tell you
think
about my
the conversation
trip
of
to Paris?
Top Golf was when
What do you
someone
think Top Golf? How
mysteriously
do you think
didn't
that
show
went?
up?
Yeah, when the fourth member didn't show up, and
Good Lord.
Yeah, how dare you, Hugh?
yeah, he couldn't make it. I know.
It was a long drive.
Yeah. Yep. Well, okay. Well, there we go. Wait, what? Okay. Anyway, so I was reading our chat group and I just read something that I'm like, wait, what the hell is that? Anyway,
It's fucked up. That's what it is.
so here we go. We're gonna start on this one. All right, we're gonna start on this. Wow, bald people wearing hats. That's a hell of a topic. But that's not even a topic. Bald people wearing hats. How's that a topic? That's everyone wearing hats.
It's a jab.
Wait a second.
Like I wear hats almost all day long. I've worn hats forever. And the old myth of if you wear hats, you go bald. What kind of bullshit is that?
What about if you bick your hair too early, you go bald? It never grows back the same way. I mean, I've never done it.
what do
you
you do?
bick it.
Oh. I don't know. I don't. No, like if you basically shave it or. Yeah.
With a big razor.
Yeah.
No. That's not true because some religions, they actually shave the baby's head when it first comes out.
Well, that's just it.
Then they do it
What do they
again
do
after
with
the
the hair?
first full head. They just get rid of it because they think it's dirty because it's been in, amniotic sac.
and it's been in good old Virginia.
Then we need to throw all of men away, I guess.
Throw them away. Just shave their heads. What's wrong with you?
Throw them away, huh?
Throw them away.
You'll never make.
Marie's
Listen.
Marie's anger. She's bitter because
she's
she
like,
didn't
I
get to
hate
see the
men.
Eiffel Tower.
She-man hater.
I like your attitude.
Reptile.
Yeah, wow. People can't see this, but what we just witnessed was somebody acting like a dinosaur. I'm not sure what happened there.
No, it's a dinosaur, yeah, but what is that? The velociraptor?
Yes, a velociraptor. You're a raptor. You're a
Tiny
raptor.
arms.
Yeah. From
The Marie Rex.
what's the name of that show? The little kids with the babies. What was it called on Nickelodeon?
Rugrats.
Anybody? Rugrats, and they had Raptar. Yeah, she was Raptar. Yeah.
Gotta find the Reptar.
Wow. Okay.
Reptar on ice.
She's
You ever
acting
see that
really reptarded right now.
Yeah, really. So raptarded. It's fantastic, though. We're all entertained, that's for sure. Good old raptarded. She started the show off with I must wear a hat because Johnny has a hat. I'm like, oh, she's easily manipulated and can be easily convinced to do shit.
No one even told me to do it. I just did it.
I know, but you explained why you did it.
You're easily influenced.
There you go. That's what I was looking for. Johnny's an influencer. Good job, Johnny.
Look at that, Johnny.
Wow, when do you get paid by Instagram?
Speaking of,
When do you get paid by Instagram?
Hugh was an influencer.
So let's start off with this one here, not bald people in hats. Okay, so we're going to jump into Hank Azaria. Into what?
no piercings.
Oh. That'll come a little bit later. Hank Azaria, known for voice acting on The Simpsons and also his own podcast, the Jim Brockmeyer podcast, as he plays a character he did on television, a sports broadcaster or baseball broadcaster. He's pretty popular. He's pretty much known by name. I don't think everybody know who Hank Azaria is. Everybody's aware who this individual is. Okay, so he's name recognition for sure. Well, Hank Azaria, who voices Apu, the mini mart owner on The Simpsons, feels that he needs to apologize to basically every person of color that he voices on The Simpsons. So basically a black person, Indian person, whoever else he voices. I'm not sure everyone he voices on The Simpsons. And he feels like those characters should be only portrayed by people, voiced by people of that ethnicity. Like, what do you guys take on that? Like, I mean, do you care? Like, is that a big thing? Do you think he's making a huge change in social justice change?
Well, I mean, I don't. If he was really guilty, or if he really felt guilty, then he'd give back all the money that he made from voicing all these people. He's not going to do that. I mean, I don't know if it's a internal thing or if he's being pressured from the cancel culture, but I don't know. I think it's stupid.
I think
Simpsons has been on for 30 years. You know,
I think you hit it right there. It's just the cancel culture pressure. That's what it is, and he needs to make a statement because everyone else was making a statement. What is your take, Hugh?
I see the point, though. I mean, I think his point is not cancel culture. I think his point is about involving other people in making, there's not enough representation. And it's not just been said by him. It's been said by many actors and actresses of color who say, that there just aren't enough roles for us. And I get maybe that his point is, then let's create more roles, including voice roles, which maybe should have been voiced by you collectively anyway. I had never heard of anybody saying anything about the fact that he voiced these characters in terms of cancel culture. So I think it's just isn't it something he just decided to do on his own?
No, it was. So at the time of the whole cancel culture I guess BLM thing, a lot of it popped up because of people saying, oh, you're whitewashing this in Hollywood and you're giving these roles to this person, that person, and they don't fit the ethnicity of this, that, and this. And he felt like, oh shit, I got to get out ahead of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so he tried to basically jump the line and be like, oh, wait, Apu, we're not doing Apu anymore. Someone else can do it. I was wrong for 30 years, like Johnny said. I was wrong for 30 years. Now I'm going to donate all my money to the nearest 7-Eleven. Like it's stupid. Yeah. It's.
I get. I hear you.
Wasn't it?
Well, I work in that industry, and they're all Indian. I mean, all of them. Just
you work in 7-Eleven?
Facts. I mean, just straight.
Oh boy.
I mean,
and here we go.
No, I mean, it's not. If
it never takes long.
If there's an Indian listening to this and they're offended by basically facts, I mean, that's what it is. I would say 9 out of 10 7-Elevens I step into is owned by an Indian person, and it's ran by Indians. It's not like, go ahead, go to one tomorrow. You'll be like, oh, damn it, he was right.
In Southern California, perhaps.
Oh, no, everywhere.
Sacramento too.
Yeah, exactly. Everywhere. Carlos, what's your take? Go.
My take is the guy, he's an actor. I mean, he's a voice actor. So he's just doing a job. So, if they didn't have anybody at the time to do that voice, well, he got the job. So that's your job, man. Just do it. We know you're not Indian. I didn't even know he did that voice because he does so many voices on that show. Apparently he did Smithers. Did he do not Smithers, but he did a gay character as well. But now they hired a gay actor to do the gay voice.
Yeah.
I mean, what does it matter, man? You're just doing a voice. I mean, that's your job. Like when you look at, well, like I guess on the Family Guy, Cleveland was voiced by a white man.
There you go. That's a good point.
So, but I didn't know that. I had no idea. Because I watch a show, but I don't really care for behind the scenes when it comes to something like that. And not only that, I mean, I love anime, but I can guarantee you, once you watch anime, the dubbed version, because they're in Japanese, and these characters are supposed to be Japanese a lot, or whatever country they're from, majority Japanese, but all the dubbed actors, they're all white. Not one Japanese character among them. Not one Japanese voice. And I'm not complaining. I'm just watching the show. I'm enjoying the show.
Okay, well, Marie, what's your take on that?
I do like Carlos's point about Cleveland being played by a white dude. I didn't know that, but I was thinking about it, and I don't know if he's doing it because of cancel culture. Like, who's going to cancel this guy? Is he even that popular? I don't think so. No one was even talking about him. I didn't know this was a thing. And
I think you hit that on the head. Nobody was talking about him, but they are now.
But here's the thing. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that maybe he really did feel guilty. And I was thinking about this before the show. When you could be a fan of something on Facebook, was that like 10 years ago? They used to have this thing. It was, you could be a fan of, I shouldn't have to push one to speak or for English. Yeah, I'm in America. And I was a fan of that. And then like a few years later, I was like, oh, that's kind of fucked up. That's pretty racist, So you do things, you don't realize how offensive they are. And then later on, you think about it and you grow and you're more educated and you feel guilty about it. And sometimes people want to, express their guilt for it. And I get what Johnny's saying about how he should give all the money back. Maybe he could donate to something, he could donate to all the 7-Elevens or whatever you want to say. But it's just that those waters are really muddy because, like you said, all of these other, why are you guys laughing? All these
7-Eleven.
Because like you said, because all the animes like white voiceovers. But here's the thing too, like they were saying, or what is it, Hollywood, they don't have enough of those actors because Hollywood is still really white. All of the people who run it is really white. So they don't have the people, like, how do I explain this? A lot of people like Japanese, Indian people, gay people, whatever, I don't know. They don't have the access to get these parts because everything is still run by white men and they're still discriminatory in the industry. That's my take on it. I'm not a professional. There you go.
There you go. I mean, what is a professional in this topic? So, no, go ahead, Hugh.
No, that is basically the point I was making, is that maybe in his own little way, and Johnny's certainly right, he made a whole lot of money, and now he's saying, no, I'm not going to do that anymore after making that pile of money. However, the point I was going to make was that if other actors besides Hank were to do this, maybe it opens up opportunities for minorities to get those roles that they aren't getting. I mean, you're right. Who cares who's necessarily voicing a part? If you don't know who it is and it works, then it's good.
He's trying to be a part of the bigger picture.
Right. Open up opportunity.
That's the thing. I think he voices nearly 40 characters on The Simpsons. He does Chief Wiggum. He does the police. He even does the police. Both of the whatever deputies, cops, whatever. There's only like 3 cops in the whole show. He does all them. He does so many voices. But who cares if it was an actual role on TV, like a physical where he was playing an Indian guy, Hank Azaria, and doing the voice? I think that's where people can be more like, oh my God, that guy, why is he playing the Indian guy? But he's just voicing a cartoon character. Like, are we gonna get now a cop to voice Chief Wiggum? They can't do it anymore. Like, what do you do now?
You can choose to be a cop. You don't choose to be Indian.
But what do you do with Hank Azaria now, though? You can only fit him in his. Oh, Hank, what are you? Oh, I am Jewish, whatever. Oh, okay, you can only play that role now. Sorry, you know what I mean? It's also reverse in the sense of, oh, I know you're really good at doing that voice. We can't use you anymore. Why? You're not actually black. Oh, I know Cleveland, because that Carlos made a point about the Cleveland thing. That actor quit because he said, I feel so bad I took a black person's job. Like, no, they cast you as Cleveland. They like the voice you portray for a cartoon
Hollywood
character.
That's the whole point that we were making, is that it's white Hollywood still trying to white everything. Like what we were talking about this, like the Mulan the other day, and how they were trying to white it up. They were trying to Disney it up. They're not trying to be diverse. They're just trying to, bring culture over here, but make it their version of culture.
But it's also, again, I'm pretty sure when they made a Cleveland character, let's use Cleveland, for instance, because that's, they got the black character played by the white actor. I'm pretty sure they had a bunch of people come in and do the voice and be like, we need a voice for this character. Like, remember, they're not looking for necessarily just the black voice either. They're looking for a cartoon version of a voice. And they're probably like, oh, that's good. That's exactly what we're looking for. Oh, but we can't give you the job. You're white. You know what I mean? Like it goes both ways in that regard for voice acting, but for on camera acting, of course you can't cast Robert Downey Jr. as a black guy.
Tropic Thunder.
That's why I brought it up. But you know what I mean? It's different with that. No one's going to want to see, that on screen.
Still happens. It does still happen though. It still happens.
When? Give me an instance.
Well, what was the movie with was it DiCaprio? Not DiCaprio. Damon maybe was playing a role in some movie that was set in China, and that's in the last 10 years.
Talking about the Great Wall.
Yeah, like
Matt
Damon. What was Matt Damon?
But Matt Damon wasn't playing, but he was not playing the part of a Chinese person.
Yeah, he was playing a character of a Westerner. In China.
He was a Westerner.
I have the wrong movie then.
It's just like The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise. He's a Westerner in the movie, and people got offended by that. Why is he playing that part? Well, that's the part. That's what it is. It's supposed to be.
Okay. I could be wrong. I thought there was a controversy about it.
No, it's made for a Western audience. That's why they make it. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is. Did everybody watch Godzilla versus Kong?
Heck no.
No. Not yet.
Well, but there's a character in the movie. He's really popular in Japan. Like, he's a famous actor. So they put him in the movie to appease that audience also, because of course it's a Japanese property, right? So Godzilla? If you put a white guy in that role, they probably been like, "What the hell?" Like,
yes, Godzilla.
Yeah. I think in Hollywood, I think they learned their lesson in that regard. Like, you're not going to see out of place when it comes to ethnicity. But I mean, voiceovers, man. I mean, Carlos Anime has a good point. Every voiceover actor is probably white, and that's their job. They're not actors. They're voiceover actors. You just get the best voice for the part. Oh, that fits good. That's what we're looking for. Do the voice.
You know what I equated to, Lafayette? I equated to sports and the push to include more minorities in management, for example. Nobody is seeing management. All they're seeing are the people on the field. So they're not seeing anybody in management.
No.
But if teams aren't pushed to do that, and they have had to be pushed because otherwise they're not going to do it.
And sports is very similar because, 95% of the owners are rich white people, rich white men.
Which is her point. Like, in the entertainment industry, it's dominated by white. And so you push. I'm not saying it's a black and white issue. I'm not saying that every voice actor has to be whatever ethnicity that they're portraying. But it's not a bad thing to push them to cast more minorities, whether it's a voice actor, whether it's,
It's also realizing Hank Azaria was cast on The Simpsons probably in the late 80s.
Right.
And has been on the show forever.
Right.
So now Hank,
they just cancel The Simpsons entirely.
You go to hell. You go to hell. Go there. And when you get there,
I'm here on this podcast.
Oh, wow. We're going to talk about your face piercings next. So shut your mouth. Raptardo. So I don't know. I just feel like Hank, no need Hank. Just, if they choose to get rid of you on The Simpsons, okay. It's like saying Bart. Hey, Bart, you can no longer be voiced by a 50-year-old woman. We need we need a real 12-year-old to do his. Sorry, lady, you lost your job. We need a 12-year-old to play this part. Like, I know, and you got to be yellow. So what does that, like, I don't know. It's stupid because you could play it with everyone if that's the case. You can literally point out everyone on the show and be like, okay, that character's not voiced by a gay person. Oh, Mr. Smithers, we need a real old person to do your voice. Because then there's the old person in Hollywood. I don't have a job. Oh shit. Okay, somebody draw an old person on the show. We need to give him a job.
What? I have a question.
Like, we got to create jobs, animated jobs.
If The Simpsons just was a new creation this year, how would they cast those characters? I mean, the show's been on for 30 years, right? So the characters are already set in place, these voices or whatever. But what if The Simpsons was first episode ever was next month? How would they cast those characters?
It would be no different. It'd just be based on your voice acting ability. Are you good at it? And the voice they want to fit to that particular character. That's how I view it. They're not going to necessarily get an Indian guy in that has a thick accent to voice, a character like Apu. Are you going to find that guy out there? Probably not. He's probably not going to want to play that part because he's going to see it as a stereotype.
Right. And what he says is also offensive sometimes. So like,
yeah.
You're also asking somebody to
make fun of themselves, take a jab at themselves on the show.
I don't know. I don't
Isn't
think
that kind
animation.
of contradicting then?
I mean, that's why you got Hank Azaria doing it, right?
I don't think animation is a good example of it. They're playing characters. I mean, for the Family Guy thing, for example, I mean, they were canceled twice, so they're just trying to keep their jobs. It wasn't like, I don't know. I just don't think. I mean, if your goal is to be diverse, then yeah, I guess be diverse. But these people were just trying to keep their jobs.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I said, it's in animation to me. It's a whole different world than just acting. Because if it's a black character written for, you have to cast the best black actor you can get for that role that you want, like the director wants for that role. In animation, they just want the best voice that fits their envision of that character. I just want the voice that, that's a perfect voice. Can you do a little more like this, a little goofier, this,
But
that, this, and
it's
third?
kind of like, okay, maybe with like the white guy doing Cleveland's voice, there's not really a whole lot of mocking, but someone who isn't Indian doing an Indian voice, it can be seen as being mocked. It's different because of the accents.
Well, Cleveland also has slang, so
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, what about like in the movie The Upside, Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston? There was some controversy about they should have hired a paraplegic to play the role. And, Bryan Cranston's obviously not paraplegic. I mean, I think that's more of
that's a good
better
point,
example.
though.
But I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, they hired the best person for the role. Bryan Cranston's an awesome actor. I mean, if I had the chance to have him star in my movie, of course.
But you see that a lot, though. I mean, you see like the gay community will come out and be pissed off because a gay guy's playing a straight role or a straight guy's playing a gay role. You know what I'm saying? So it's a double-edged sword, man. You can't please everyone. Like, you know what they say, you can't please everyone all the time.
Yeah. Good. And that's a good point. Think about how many people get upset when a British actor gets the role of an American lead.
Oh,
and they're
see how pissed they were when Tom Holland got the Spider-Man role?
Exactly, because he has an accent. Why is he getting the role? There's so many American kid actors that can play that role too. Like, it's a white character played by a white guy. Oh, but he has an accent. He's not us white. He's different white. Son of a bitch.
That is stupid.
But it's true though. Like,
Even though
it's so true.
We came from over there, whatever.
Yeah, but that's and it's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. Like, why is this person like James Bond? They keep talking about like an American actor, and they're so pissed about it. Like, it'll never happen. Never bring it up. So they get
real cats to play cats characters.
Well, because who else would you get to play cats characters?
A dog.
Hank Azaria. He'll probably take the job. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back after this on Nerds Talking, the podcast.
New episodes of Nerds Talking every Friday. And don't forget about Taco Tuesdays every Tuesday, only here on the Nerds Review Network.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking, the podcast. Thanks for joining us. Remember to subscribe, turn on notifications, download, leave a comment, and give us a review of 5 stars. And every comment must be about Marie Could be about her double nose piercings, her rap-tarded actions, as Johnny has now claimed it. And we appreciate that. We really would. Remember, what's your last name? I forgot it.
Terrible.
Oh, it is terrible.
Good enough. Good enough.
And I'm Lafayette. So welcome back to the show after our fantastic break. We were talking during the break about The Rock and Jason Momoa and how they're just buddies. They're just good old friends and just regular guys, just calling each other up, having a laugh.
Regular dudes
having themselves a little chit chat.
Anybody can call them up because they're just regular guys.
Regular guys. And it kind of comes to like, do you kind of see? I guess it's almost it's almost celebrity.
Jason.
It's kind of a celebrity thing too. Like, do you guys see celebrities as just regular people?
No, they're not.
Regular.
They're not regular people.
So if you were in line at Whole Foods and Hugh Grant was standing beside you and you recognized him, would you be more like, oh my God, it's Hugh Grant? Or would you just be like, it's another guy shopping at Whole Foods? What would be
Say that again. I was reading something else. Say that again. If you were a regular guy at Whole Foods next to Hugh Grant, what was the question?
If he was just standing beside you, would you be like, oh my God, Hugh Grant? Or would you be like, oh, whatever, he's another guy in line behind me?
It depends on who you are, and it depends on who the celebrity is. Because I remember one time I was in getting off a plane, and apparently Harry Connick Jr. was on the same plane, and we were going through customs, and I pointed him out. Well, look, Harry Connick Jr., and that was it. I didn't, I like the guy, I like his music. But then these women that were walking by, one reached out and actually like grabbed them or touched them. A lot of people think touching a celebrity is maybe a healing power or something. I have no idea. But she just touched him and goes, oh, Harry. And then he turned around, kind of like, okay, cool. And then that was it. But like another instance, I saw Quentin Tarantino at a movie theater. It's that movie theater with the bar in it. Lafayette. What's the name?
ArcLight. They
ArcLight.
closed all them down.
They used to have a little book store kind of area in the corner, and he was there just kind of browsing the books, and apparently he was there to watch a movie. And he was just a regular dude, and I saw him. I'm like, oh, cool, Quentin Tarantino. And then some lady went over, started chatting with him for a bit, but wasn't anything big like, give me your autograph. They were just chatting, and he just acted like a regular person. So it depends on who the person is that sees them, and depends on who the celebrity is.
I was listening to a podcast, Dax Shepard, and he had Edward Norton on, and they were talking about how people will recognize them in the airports or wherever it is, and fans will come up and try to talk to them, and they get really mad, and they'll say something to these people like, let me live my life. And I'm just like, that's so rude. And
that is rude.
And it's like,
you wouldn't have the life you have now without those fans.
Correct. That's correct.
Right.
That is correct.
And I understand you want to live your life, but that's what this is like, it's give and take. You're a celebrity.
Okay,
you do these movies.
Here's the other side of that. As a person that walks up to Ed Norton, you just want to talk about his movies. I would
give him a kiss.
Okay, so that's totally different. Now you're way over the line.
Yeah, you're
like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you think when you think about it, let's say you saw Tom Hanks.
To be there.
If you saw Tom
and
Hanks,
I knew he was going to be there.
You're just going to run up to Tom Hanks and just regurgitate all the movies you like of his and da-da-da-da-da. Like, you have to tell him that? Like, is that something that you know what I mean? Carlos' story is good. The lady just walked up and probably had a conversation about a book that her and Quentin Tarantino were looking at, and probably just had a regular conversation. Oh, hey, nice to see you. Nice to meet you. Okay, have a good one. Enjoy the movie. But if you ran up to somebody, oh man, I love this, I love that, like, he's probably like, God damn, it's all people tell me. It's the same shit over. And like, you don't have to tell me this. You could have said, oh, hey, okay, cool. Like, you're a fan. All right. Like,
okay, I got another one for you then. My sister-in-law saw, I think his name is Robert. Is it Gershevik, the guy from the Shark Tank?
Oh yeah, whatever. Yes, the Canadian fellow.
Yeah, saw him in Vegas. He was coming out of the lobby. I guess he was coming out to his valet car. She sees him. She doesn't go running up to him or anything. But she screams out, "Robert, we love you." Who's we? And why do we love this man? Because he's a celebrity? This is not the first time she's done that, because we saw Adam Sandler at Disneyland. Adam Sandler was there with his kids. And I remember he was on the Goofy coaster or whatever that thing is. And for some reason, I look down and I see him cramped up in this roller coaster.
I remember that.
Kids.
Yeah.
Right. And I look down at him And he kind of looks up at me, kind of like, yeah, it's me. And he gives me a nod. I just nodded at him, like, cool.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler. So he comes off the ride and he has one of these valets with him that escort celebrities around the park. Sister-in-law, Adam, we love you. I'm like, who loves you? Just let him be. Just let him be. He's not acting, just let him do his thing.
And that's
I
what
get
I
it when they
mean.
want to be left alone, but when you come off and start giving attitude as a celebrity, that's the worst part.
And
the attitude thing, I get it, that also, but again, do you want to, because it's almost like you want to tell people, oh, I had a conversation with so-and-so. Wow, I met this guy and this and that. And then when the guy's like, I'm sorry, I got to go. Like, I don't have time. All of a sudden he's rude. Oh, that guy was an ass. Why? Because he had no time for me. What? I mean, he has a life too. He has to be somewhere. Like, I don't know. Like he just like you left the house to go do something. If someone were to stop you and you didn't know, hey man, let's just talk about something. Like, well, who, what? I gotta go. Oh no, you have time for me. Like, I don't know who the hell you are. I gotta go.
it comes with the territory. You're in a business that you rely on people to pay money to come see what you're doing. And if you're an A-list guy, if you're at the top end of that, you're relying on a lot of that money coming in, and you're getting a lot of that money coming back to you.
And that's why
I'm not in that business.
That's why a lot of those people are. That's why they're either recluse or they only friends they have are top of the food chain friends, because they're like, I can't even go out in public, because if I step out in public, it's nothing but take a picture with me, sign this, do this, tell me about movies, tell me. I'm like, oh,
that's a choice that you make.
See,
you choose that. You choose that.
I think at first, if you were a celebrity, you would love it. Like, yeah, this is great. I think 10 years in, you'd be like, okay, you know what, people, you know who I am. It's not like,
but
I'm not shiny and new. I know you never met me before, but we're not going to be friends. Don't necessarily want to talk to you. I just want to go to Whole Foods. I heard Hugh Grant was there.
Let me add something.
It just all depends, though, too. I mean, everyone's celebrity might change over the years, and I bet. Oh, damn it! Who was the guy I think he was on the Partridge Family. Anyways, if you were once a star and then now you don't get that attention anymore, I bet you would like.
That's just what I was going to. Just what I was going to. Sorry to interrupt. That was just what I was going to say. Because I covered a ton of red carpets when I was in Los Angeles as a camera guy, and sometimes you would see actors. It always goes like a plateau, and then almost always there's a downslope with almost all of their careers, even the best guys. And then they were dying for you to talk to them. Dying, please talk to me. Please talk to me.
But that's different. That's just my star has faded. Now I need attention.
But 5 years ago, you didn't want any of that attention. Now you want it again.
Okay, but even wanting attention is not going to make him famous again. You know what I mean? That's a personal ego thing. Like, why doesn't anybody want to talk to me anymore?
But that's not really the point, is it? He's trying to say it's like, oh, here I am. I don't want this attention now that I'm big and famous, because it happens to me all the time. But now it's like a drug, and now it got taken away from me, and I want it again, even though I thought I didn't want it before.
But see, that's different. That's a person. That's the ego person. That's a person that, well, I think if Tom Hanks never made another movie, he wouldn't care about people.
I think that's the Tom Hanks thing. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
you're right. Some people wouldn't. Some people wouldn't.
Look at Sean Connery. He just up and retired from acting. Never heard from him again before he passed away. And he's like
dead.
You didn't know that? Yeah, he died.
He was like 100.
You just found out on this podcast? Breaking news. I'm breaking news. Shock G, DMX, Sean Connery. Yeah.
Alex Trebek.
Now he's going to Google it.
Yeah.
He was 100 years old.
He just died of natural causes. He just he's
Sean Connery.
Best friend.
I think he went back to Scotland, and he retired because he wanted to be around his family more, like grandkids and so forth. So,
Gene Hackman too.
I just think it's different. I don't know.
Gene Hackman's dead?
He's not dead.
No
but he's
way.
getting there. No, he's getting there.
Man,
he's getting there.
Hey, settle. Yeah, it's gonna slow down. I'm already fucking heartbroken about Sean Connery.
But he was still alive.
I can't believe you didn't know that.
That's so funny. You just found out he died, huh?
I really love Sean Connery, but I had no idea he died 2 years ago.
It was in October.
Back to the original topic about The Rock. That's what it all started. Being a normal guy. See, to The Rock, he thinks he's a normal guy because He does normal things with his normal friends. You know what I mean? So Jason Momoa and him are friends. So he's like, we're just two guys, like just having a chit chat and da-da-da-da-da. Again, it's different. If your best friend or a close friend was The Rock and you called him, you're just having a normal conversation. You're not. If you were friends with The Rock, would you always say, "Hey, Rock, oh, thanks for picking the phone, The Rock"? Like, they don't call him Dwayne. You call him The Rock. Hey, your movies are great. I love your movies. Every conversation is the same. And that last movie was good, The Rock. Remember when you wrestled The Rock?
But that's the point, though. They're not friends.
But you don't know that. That's what I'm saying. You don't know that.
The point of the conversation, the point of the story, was that he didn't know Jason, or if he did, he didn't know him well. But the point of the story was that his daughter was like, I loved Aquaman. They watched it all weekend, and average guy that The Rock is, he was just able to call up Jason, who he doesn't know, to get him to talk to his daughter.
But again,
that was the point of the story.
We don't know if he doesn't know him. Like, where'd you get that context from that he doesn't know him? That's what I'm trying to say.
Carlos and I were talking about it earlier.
Yeah, but that's not the point. I think the point is a lot of celebrities, they act like they're your friend. I mean, they're the regular guy because you're the regular guy. We're friends. And they display this all over social media. I think that's the point. I mean, they try to act like they're regular people, but guess what? You're not. If you step out on the street and you get mobbed by these people, you're not going to be a regular guy. You're going to have bodyguards with you. You're going to try to avoid
You mean they want to relate?
That crowd.
But on social media, you're right. They want to relate on social media, but to them, when they're in their own environment, I'm just a regular guy. When I'm at home, I'm a regular guy. Like that's what The Rock's kind of portraying also. Like, I'm just no different. Like, yeah, I'm famous, but I'm still myself. I'm still a regular Joe Schmo. I would
say this.
I think it almost comes off like Hugh's more or less trying to say The Rock is like, he's not regular. He's in rock mode all the time, in a sense. And then like, that's just what we saw. Jason Momoa, that was just fake because he wants to relate to us regular people. I mean, kinda. I guess that's a regular phone call. Like, I don't. What's the regular part of it? Like,
am I offended as a regular guy?
That's what I mean. I'm like, you son of a bitch, you're not regular. I don't FaceTime anybody.
I'm not offended. I'm just saying I can't make that phone call.
Is it fake?
But that's what I'm saying to you. How was it fake? They're not your friends. That's what I'm trying to say.
He's not his friend either.
I don't. Maybe you don't know that. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't know that.
I'm basing my point on that. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm basing my point on the fact that Jason Momoa is not. Hang on, Marie. That they're not.
No, go ahead. Continue.
No, I'm basing my point on the fact that they're not friends.
Yeah, but you're making a baseless point. That's what I'm trying to say. You're basically trying to make a point when you don't have any actual context behind it. Like, they're regular to each other. They're friends. We don't know how often they talk. Like, you might have a friend you only talk to twice a year, but you guys are still friends. But Marie, what do you have to say about this?
She had her hand up. I have to go. I was watching a stand-up of Dave Chappelle, and I don't remember how old it was or which one it was. It was just last night, and he was talking about how when he came back from Africa, he went to a comedy club to do a show, and I guess Chris Tucker hit him up, was like, "Can I go to the show with you, or can I bring some friends?" And he's like, "Yeah, whatever, cool." And then this is, like I said, when he first came back from Africa, however many years ago, Kamala Harris was there, Gavin Newsom was there. This is like before they were big names. They're like, whatever. And then this is before Barack Obama was running for president. And so they were talking about how they knew all these people. And Kamala, they brought up Barack Obama. And Dave Chappelle was like, yeah, I've heard about him, blah, 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 blah. And so they said, here, let's make a phone call. Call him. Like, he didn't know him. They just said, here, make this phone call. Like, regular people can't do that. Regular people can't be like, oh, here, call Barack Obama.
Okay, but you're putting it in a whole different context. If I was standing beside somebody that knew Tom Hanks, said, hey, this is his phone number, call him. He'll pick up. Okay, well, you're the one that provided me the number, and you say he's gonna pick up, and then he picks up, and I'm like, hey,
yeah, but
Tom.
it's special. Like, no one just random. Like, only celebrities, not only celebrities know.
But you're making my point for me. It's
No,
about
no.
yes, because
You're
it's all
making your
about
own
who
point.
you know. Thank you. Yes, good job.
No, in your head, you're making the point, but you're just
No, you're
not
wrong.
thinking outside the box.
You're acting as if I can just walk up to anybody. Hey, you have so and so's number? I want to call that guy. Like that person still has to know somebody that in so has to know
His
that. in
agent.
context.
Yeah, but in Hollywood,
His
it's easier
agent.
to know everyone.
Right, his agent.
again,
he called
you-
his agent, said, "I want to talk to Jason."
You are assuming all of this. You're just assuming that you
All right,
can
I'm
do
gonna
that.
find it.
Like everybody's interconnected.
Maria. Who is calling me Maria?
So anyway, Maria.
Look,
Oh,
Mario,
heck no.
settle down.
Heck no.
That's
Hey, before we end the
offensive to
segment,
Maria's everywhere.
before we end the segment, just remember the Rock's movies are mediocre at best.
You son
Johnny?
of a bitch.
All right, there we go. Thanks. We'll be right back after this on Nerds Talking the podcast.
Taco Tuesdays with Nutso and Chuck the Rap Star. Every Tuesday on the Nerds Review Network. Grab a taco, take a seat, pop a burrito, it's gonna get deep. Subscribe and turn on your notifications. And don't forget to hit that like button.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking the podcast. I'm here with Johnny. All right, that's all we got. That's all you need to know. Carlos is here too, so is Hugh and Marie, and I'm Lafayette. But Johnny's here, so that's great. All right, so we're gonna jump right into it. Marie showed us that she has a new piercing.
I didn't show anybody anything.
Whoa, yeah, you did.
You guys are
And
creeping on me.
yep, and we're like, wow, that's a wild place to pierce, and it's just her nose. But
Your
this-
liver. Who pierces your liver?
I do with
All
the shank.
alcoholics.
I do with the shank. So anybody here have a piercing? Of course, besides Marie, because everybody knows this now. Anybody else like pierce their ears growing up? And Johnny, yeah, Johnny, you pierce your ears. Hugh's saying yes. Carlos,
Yeah.
did you pierce your ear too? No. Let me ask the two men then. Why did you pierce your ears? Because that's, to me, I just think it's a woman thing. I don't understand why men pierce their ears. I think I never understood it. But go ahead, lay it on thick.
Peer pressure? I don't know.
That's it. So was yours peer pressure? No, seriously, was it?
No, I mean, I wanted to do it. I thought it looked cool, but then I didn't realize there's more to it. Like you got to put something nice in that ear. I got my ear pierced, and one of my friends did it, and then she put a gold hoop on it. And like a week later, someone's like, "You don't really look good in silver." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And that shit faded, and it was pretty
Broke-ass
sure
pirate.
it got infected. So I mean, I should have put some bling in there. I should have sacked up and bought a diamond or something like that. But then eventually joining the military and being a cop, you can't have that anymore. But if someone told me it was cool, I'm gonna pierce everything.
You just want to
Hey,
fit
you
in.
should get a
in where you
Prince
I
Albert.
just wanna
then,
fit
dude.
in.
Go get a Prince Albert.
I'm just going to say,
You fit in.
oh my
Whatever
God.
Johnny
Is
does,
it-
I'm gonna do because I
I can't
follow
even
him.
fathom that.
That is true.
A
Marie
friend
does
of ours,
follow things.
I'll get the
or a
Prince
past
Albert.
guest of the show, has a Prince Albert.
Oh,
He
my
actually used to use it to pick up chicks, and it worked. It worked.
I have a friend who has a Prince Albert, and he has a 0 gauge, which is the biggest one.
Oh my
You can get in
God.
it.
Oh my God.
And
Does he pee
says-
like a sprinkler head?
I think I asked him this and I don't remember, but he fucks so many women all the time. He said he fucked 30 women last year. And he said that all the girls are very intrigued and they mostly like it. And only one girl's ever been like, ew.
Prince Albert, you say?
They want to see that shit.
Now look,
They wanna
I see
that.
some. I see
Johnny's
somebody
gonna look it
googling.
up.
Yeah, he's googling it right now. And Hugh, you got an ear piercing. Why did you do it? What was your
Similar reason to Johnny. I just thought it would look cool, and I
Doesn't
put
look
diamonds
cool.
in there. I have both sides.
Wow, does not look cool. Does
I remember when you first got it back in the 90s or whatever, it was like, well, what ear is it in? Is it the left ear or the right ear?
Oh, it has to be the
I
left.
know.
Has to
Right,
be
because the
left.
right ear is gay and the left ear is
Yeah, because the right ears are always gay.
Or you can be both.
Yeah, like when a
Say
gay
righties
person
are
talks to
always
me.
gay?
Yeah, well, because when a gay person talks to me, I can only hear it on my right side. So I never understood that. Like, you can't get the right ear. That's so gay. like just do what you want. What's like, Marie? What's your take on dudes and having pierced ears? Is that like, oh man, that's so cool?
I think that if you're going to pierce your ears, they should, like they said, put some decent jewelry in it, because then what's the point? I always kind of didn't really like piercings on dudes. I kind of actually don't like piercings in general, but I'm warming up to nose piercings on dudes. I kind of do like it now. But for the most part, I just don't really like piercings. But ears are fine, nose is fine.
Okay. Yeah, piercings on dudes with nose piercings very rare. You don't see that.
No, it's making a. Yes, it is.
No,
Yes, it is. Get out of the house. Get out of the house.
I'm out every day for hours on end, seeing thousands of people. If I had to count how many nose piercings I see in a day, I probably see 2 a week, maybe.
On a dude or in general?
In general. You know,
Maybe you're not paying attention enough.
Well, I mean,
who
I don't
cares
know about
paying
that.
attention to
One
other
of you is
people?
wrong.
Yeah, thank you, Johnny. Marie, you're so wrong.
Yeah, but not only that, I mean, there's also dudes that get like the nipple piercings too. Like I know a guy who's got them both pierced. Now I know women who got nipple piercing and belly button piercings and clit piercings and piercings everywhere.
You didn't ask me about the other 3 piercings that I got.
I'm sorry, Marie. Do you have how many more piercings do you have besides your ear and your nose and your other ear?
Well, I got 3 other piercings that same day that I got this one done. I took one of them out, and then I kept these ones in.
So you had one down below.
I missed something.
I call her Sunshine.
But sunshine went down.
Sunshine,
the sun went down.
It's out of the picture.
Yeah.
She was raining for a little bit. But yeah, I took that one out. It was bothering me. But I still have these.
I was thinking I was just going to say there's a buddy that I used to work next to in LA. And I remember the first time we met, it was like he has a big old tongue piercing.
I can imagine that would be take so long to heal and take care of.
It would drive me nuts too. I'd be constantly like
playing with it. Yeah, people that I know that have it, they do play with it
all the time. It'd be like, but yeah, you're right. The healing process too. I can't even imagine how long that would take.
Now, what about?
Has anyone ever dated someone with a tongue ring?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Personally, kind of awesome. That's just my take.
But you don't really know though.
Well, I don't know if it was awesome for them, but it was awesome for me. Wink, wink.
Wait, let me ask this. Does it help? Does it? Because I think I asked a guy, and he said that it kind of made a difference, but does it tongue piercing make a difference when you're receiving fellatio?
Just everything in general. It's just kind of cool, something different. I mean, even when you're kissing, you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then you just go at it.
What do you think? What do you think, Johnny? And what do you think, Hugh, about clit piercings or any female genitalia piercing?
I like the idea of that a whole lot more than I do Prince Albert. I can't even fathom that. Just the pain of that alone, just the thought of that. But yeah, no, and I could see where a tongue piercing, I don't know if my buddy did it for this purpose or what his purpose was, or maybe just to do it, could be also stimulating there.
I think it gives you a target. I mean, like,
that used to be the theory, though, the idea that a guy had a stimulation for the girl if he were to be working down below. But I don't know.
We're adults here. You
Why
can
are we
say
using
he was
codes?
eating her pussy.
What the fuck is going
correct.
on?
That would
Thank
be
you, Marie.
That would be exactly what I was referring to.
I dare you to touch her butt.
I couldn't have said that more clearly. Well, so you can answer that question. Have you ever been with a guy that did have one?
Yes, but I want to say this first. I texted Carlos a couple weeks ago and I said, my dad loved the WAP episode. I walked into the house the other day. He called me Jackie. That's so weird.
Yeah.
That was kind of awkward. I told him because he wanted to hear it. And I was like, well, I actually like this episode, but it's kind of sexual. And he's like, okay, send it to me. And he said it was pretty good. And so, but anyway, I did date a guy that had a tongue piercing, but back then I didn't really know what I was doing. So it didn't really matter.
Yeah, you didn't know. And maybe he didn't either. Maybe
he probably didn't either.
Like you're supposed to use that to.
Well, he did, but we didn't know what the pearl was. We didn't know what any of that stuff was. So. They don't teach you that stuff. You have to buy books for it.
Right.
The fuck is the pearl?
I'm just putting a piercing in. That's all I'm doing. Whatever you
The
do.
Man
with
in
it,
the
good
Boat?
luck.
You ever heard of The Man in the Boat?
No.
What is that, Steinbeck?
Was that in a Steinbeck book? God, I'm gonna have to reread those.
Did he find a pearl? What the fuck is he talking about?
I understand the grapes of wrath. Yeah.
All right. Well, there we go. And up next,
Wait, Johnny didn't
manscaping.
answer. Jan,
Oh, wait.
Johnny didn't
Okay,
answer.
Johnny, answer.
And what the question is?
What was the question?
What do you
I
think
had a-
about female genitalia piercings.
No, I mean, if my thought is, if you get a piercing down there, you want me to play with it, and I'm like a cat. I'm gonna play with that shit all day
Like
long.
a door knocker.
So like you're down there, and she has a laser down there. You're just like,
Right. Yeah, I'm just gonna paw at it
With his
and,
little 4 fingers, like going.
I think it's the element of surprise, right? You get down and like, oh, well, what do we got here? Okay.
I mean, it would be interesting. I mean, because they're basically hoops. I think when you get piercings down there. So if I go down there and there's, I don't know, 6
They
hoops
put
or
bars
like
in
all
there.
the hoops of the Olympic rings, then I'm gonna have some questions.
You're gonna come up with a gold medal.
Right? then it's gonna. I'm like, oh shit.
Mine was a barbell.
Gotta bring my A
she got a
game.
Here it is,
barbell.
right
But
here.
the barbell that's kind of the norm, isn't it? So
No,
Oh, I think
the
when
hoop
it actually
is,
No,
gets pierced,
it might
when
be
it
the
gets
hoop.
pierced, you have to use certain
You have
kind of
to
jewelry.
use
But
that
then
type of-
after it's
yeah.
healed, you can change it.
just like any other piercing. Yeah, but don't you think it's also the element of surprise? Like if somebody told you like, you know, you guys are on a date and like, oh, I'm pierced down there. Is it like am I getting a message? Am I gonna see this piercing?
the intrigue
Right, or
rises.
like, what is it? Like, I'm allergic
Yeah, now
to
you're thinking like,
gold,
ooh, what is it? And then you kind of hinted like, what does it look like? We should probably just go check it out now. And then boom,
What a great line.
What if they said that
Write that
and
down.
they didn't have the piercing? That'd be fucked up.
no, because then you're like win-win anyway.
Yeah,
I'm down here now.
I wouldn't be offended and leave. I'd just be like, well,
I'll just have to make do.
Yeah, I mean,
our
now,
relationship is based off of lies.
if you get down,
and I'm okay with that.
you're like, now I can lie back. I did say 10, didn't I? Inches. Well.
We're both liars. So
We're both liars, but we're here now. So let's just consummate the relationship. Fantastic. All right, manscaping. Last time it was just myself, Hugh, and Carlos on the whole manscaping thing. We went through that, but we have 2 new victims on board. Johnny's pretty clean shaven, has no hair. We assume he probably goes to a Korean salon and gets his nails done. And then we got a woman on board. We assume you also go and get, manicures and so forth. So do you? And is manscaping a thing? It's not really manscaping for women, but is it something that you enjoy or do, or maybe you just don't do it at all?
Of course. Who doesn't shave themselves? Dirty ass people. That's who.
But shaving, when I say shaving, I also mean
I don't decorate it or anything like that. It's not a fucking bush like outside of a house.
Yeah. I'm talking about like, hey, self-shaving, I get it. Do you go above and beyond though? Do you make sure you're always clean shaven? Do you do you shave down below where you're like, I gotta maintain it. Always has to be,
Oh my God, you guys are so scared to say dick and pussy
Well,
and
no,
genitals.
thank you.
Down there.
It doesn't
oh my God.
matter. Doesn't
I know,
get
right?
it. People get it. We don't. Hey,
said
guys don't
pussy.
shave. Guys don't shave their dicks. Okay, they don't doesn't
Yeah, you don't
work
shave
that
your
way.
dick.
He's still
That's
trying to
weird.
whisper it.
That's
He tried to their dicks.
Shave their
Hey,
dick.
text me what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
So I know
Yeah.
what's going on.
We should do a whole episode where it's just us texting each other.
I can't hardly breathe.
So Johnny, back to you. Are you that type of man?
Johnny texted me a picture of a Prince Albert as my little offended.
Or like you said, do you just shave regularly and like that's your limit of manscaping? Just the typical dude that shaves regularly.
But shaving is not manscaping. Shaving your
I know
face
that's what I'm
is not
saying.
manscaping.
That's what I'm saying. Grooming,
Your dick, Johnny.
yeah, like that's what I'm talking about. Do you groom children?
Or my balls, my children?
What? Do I groom?
I saw the Michael Jackson documentary.
It's like we're talking about Dixon. Do you groom children?
Right.
No, but seriously, do you go to do you get pedicures or anything of that nature? Like, have you ever got waxed, like your hair waxed and so forth?
No, I never got waxed. I've shaved my body, but never waxed. I've got a mani-pedi before, and it's awesome. But yeah, you got to shave down there because you never know who's going to visit. You know what I'm saying?
Like shave or trim or like, what do you do?
Just like with say a number one, just shave it. You have to put some sort of guard on there because
like a baby.
It'll cut you if you don't. So
better watch it. I'll cut you.
So just shaving with the number one or whatever is not going to cut me because like I said, you never know who's going to visit. And if you visit and you got scabs and shit, well, that's not good. So make sure you don't have scabs.
What do you use? Do you use like an actual beard trimmer, or do you use like a pubic hair trimmer?
The one that I have, it has two attachments. So you can trim your nose hair with one and then take it off and trim your balls.
Kidding.
It didn't say balls in the manual, but we all know.
Big fat guy.
Well, like today, I got my nostrils waxed.
That's like the best feeling ever.
It is.
I want to do that. So
I should do
you
that.
just pay somebody. How much was it?
Everyone show your pussies
$15
right now.
A European wax center.
Come back.
Everybody show. Oh. Yes, and so they do that.
Hang
but then
on.
I also trim my eyebrows. I make sure my ears don't have any hair showing. I shave my body too, man. Like I said was it 2 weeks ago in the episode? I shave my armpits every 3 months.
Why?
All right, well,
Clean.
Never do it. Never
Because
do it.
you're trying to
Because
shave
when you're standing
seconds
in the
off
mirror
your-
and they
your-
start
your
sticking
quarter-mile
out.
swim time.
Yeah, man. But when they start sticking out like from under your armpit, and like I don't want to see that shit. And hair stinks.
Why don't you trim
Hair
it?
is smelly. Well, I do trim it. I used to trim it short, but I'm like, whatever. I'll just get rid of it, and it'll come back. It always comes back.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the
it's
thing
hair.
about hair. Yeah. Except for Johnny's head.
That reminded me of making out with a girl 20 years ago. Had hair under her arms, just a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Was she
Like
French?
No, I liked it. I thought it was good. Thought it was hot as hell.
Like
Man, you're a dirty
Did you
man.
pet it? Did you pet her armpits? Like,
No,
what part did you like
You
about
love
it?
the
Not that-
I just thought it was hot.
Sniffed him.
Oh, interesting.
It wasn't like some massive growth. It was just a little bit.
And Marie,
Yeah.
what of you? What of you?
I do like a nice pedicure. I can't afford them. Manicures I don't necessarily get because my nails grow long and natural by themselves, so I don't need it. I don't shave my face. I don't need to. I do like getting my nose waxed, but I haven't done it in a long time. I get my eyebrows waxed once a month. I shave my armpits once every 2 days. I shave my legs, as of right now, once a week. But that's because I'm trying to go to Paris. Other than that, I probably wouldn't do it.
Wait, so you don't shave your legs that often then?
I don't have a reason to. My skin is sensitive.
I guess that's true. Yeah. I mean, do you wear like pants most of the time? You're not a shorts person.
I don't
guess.
ever go anywhere.
Oh, that's your hermit. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't go anywhere. When it comes to my genitals, I shave from the mound down, but I have a nicely groomed lawn, nicely mowed lawn.
There you go, everyone. Now you guys know. If you want to contact Marie, email the show at nerdstalking@yahoo.com.
It's my manscaping.
There we go. So everybody, not everybody manscapes here, but everybody grooms in some fashion. So there we go, everyone. That's fantastic. We'll be right back after this with one final segment on Nerds Talking, the podcast.
A new podcast is coming to the Nerd Reviews Network. Nutso and Chuck on Taco Tuesdays podcast. They're going to talk about tacos, ingredients, what makes the food so soulful. Who am I kidding? It's going to be a show about entertainment, laughter, puns, and jokes. So tune into the Nerds Review Network to get your taste of some filling deliciously tacos prepared for you by Nutso and Chuck. Taco Tuesdays, baby.
Nutso and Chuck are not responsible for refunds or therefore the lack of refunds for the taste or tasteless product that you have consumed. Please hit like and subscribe everywhere you listen to podcast music, Spotify or Apple Music. Listen to us on nerdreviews.com. Thank you.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking the podcast. I'm here with Carlos, Hugh, Marie. I'm Lafayette. I know I'm forgetting someone. Wait a minute, what's his name? We'll come back to it later. Johnny. All right. Stand-up comedy. I love stand-up comedy. I've seen a lot of stand-up comedy acts live, and I mean, it's one of my favorite things to watch, to see. And there's so many good comedians that I've seen that nobody really even knows about. Like they're not major, like Dave Chappelle. But we'll go around the room. Everybody kind of name your favorite stand-up comedians that you enjoy and why, and anybody you can recommend that maybe we haven't heard of. So we'll go with Johnny first. Johnny, stand-up comedy, who you got?
Got a few. I mean, other than the greats, Chappelle and Kevin Hart, I like Steve Byrne. He's pretty funny.
Oh, yeah.
Tommy Johnigan. He was on Last Comic Standing, I think. I think he made it to the finals, but he's pretty funny.
When you say the great, aren't you supposed to talk about like George Carlin and Richard Pryor? Those are the greats.
Well, I think he's keeping it current.
Yeah,
like, he's not going back to the dead. Plus, also the guys that you can still see live if you wanted to go see and so forth.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So go ahead, Johnny, continue.
I mean, I've only seen a few live. I saw Ralphie May live. He was pretty good.
Me too. At the Crest Theater?
No, this was at the Punchline.
I said don't mention dead people. Go ahead, continue.
Well,
he just passed away.
I saw
he didn't just pass away.
Tommy Chong live. He wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. Yeah. And then he sold bongs afterwards.
Well, it makes sense.
And then I think he got in a little bit of trouble for that.
Son of a bitch. How about somebody you can recommend that people may like? You mentioned what's his name from Last Comic Standing?
Tommy Johnigan.
See, I don't know the name, so if you're out there, look him up. Tommy Johnigan.
I always thought he was pretty funny. And then Steve Byrne, like I said, he's pretty good. I've seen him live. And it was kind of fucked up because the person I went with, I went on a date, and then she's like, "Oh man, he's good looking." I'm like, "Bitch, I paid for your shit." I didn't call her a bitch, so don't cancel me. But anyways, she's not a good person.
She's not somebody will call you back. That's for sure.
Definitely not.
The Rock might call you back before that does. All right. Let's move on to Carlos. Give me a couple of stand-ups, like your favorites, and then maybe a couple you've seen live, and one or two that you can recommend.
I like David Tell. That guy always makes me laugh.
Yeah, he's funny.
I saw Mitch Hedberg. That guy was funny.
Dang! Oh, I thought we weren't talking about dead peeps, yo.
Yeah. Is he dead?
Yeah, he died. Yeah,
Google that, Johnny.
Are you serious?
Another guy.
You're not. You have to be joking.
I saw Dan Soder. I thought Dan Soder was funny.
Section. Oh, that dude is hilarious.
Who?
Dan Soder. Fucking hilarious. Yeah.
Man, who else is I mean, obviously Chappelle. He's a funny dude. But man, I'm trying to think of. I mean, I've seen a lot of comics live.
Joe Coy was pretty funny. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
I don't think he's funny.
He was really entertaining. His show was really entertaining.
Met him. He was all right.
No, like I saw Howie Mandel as well, and he was not that funny.
Well, he's funny the first time. When you see him the third or fourth time, you realize it's the same act. Like he literally doesn't have a new act for
That's
like 30
all of
years.
them, though. If you watch people's like stand-up comics first special or even their second one, after that, their content or whatever, it's not as funny as it used to be. All comics like kind of have that downward spiral. George Lopez, Chris Rock, Cat Williams, they all kind of like their specials aren't as funny as they were before.
You know, and the point, yeah, you make a good point. You know why? Because those comedians, they don't have new material. It's just the old material, like they polished it. You know what I mean? So they just took their old turds and polished them. And especially George Lopez is a great one to bring up. That guy is not funny, and not anymore, because all his jokes are the same. They're all the same, and they're only geared towards Mexican people.
Are you mad? You mad about it?
Yeah, I mean, you're not Mexican. Anyway. But you know, like I've seen him live, and then I've seen his special, and it's like it's the same thing, and you're just like, yeah, I get it, man. I get the Mexican stereotype jokes and yada yada yada, but it's been done to death. And you're George Lopez. It's almost like you're better than this. Like, this is what you're going after the amateur jokes still, like the beginner that doesn't know how to do jokes. So all he can do is make fun of his own people, and it's funny. Like, oh, it's hilarious. You can do that. That's funny. You're allowed to do that. You know. Anyway, Hugh.
Oh, I have. I like really dry. So like Ricky Gervais, for example.
Yeah, he's funny.
He's funny though.
Lewis Black. Jim Jeffries, you know, the Australian comic. Jim Jeffries,
hilarious.
The gun control bit where you just hold the fuck on until I get this. Is he with the safe?
Yeah, that dude is hilarious. Yeah,
I like Kevin Hart.
Yeah,
I like. I used to watch the Kings of Comedy a lot. So like Cedric the Entertainer would be
Bernie
on
Mac.
there.
Dead.
I didn't like. I like Bernie Mac, but I like Cedric the Entertainer better. There were other guys.
Both dead?
No, Cedric's no.
Oh.
Cedric kills Cedric.
Cedric's got a
bad.
TV show.
Don't cancel me. Oh my
On the
god.
Neighbors.
Have you ever heard of Jimmy Carr, the English comedian?
Yeah.
A lot of one-liners.
He's funny.
Pretty funny. Real funny.
The thing about Kings of Comedy, good one you brought up. Like the fun. Has everyone seen the Kings of Comedy?
I actually haven't.
Yeah.
Well, you probably know all the Kings of Comedy. So it's Steve Harvey, Bernie Mac, Cedric the Entertainer, D.L. Hughley. Who is the funniest of the bunch? We're gonna go around. Who is the funniest of the bunch? Carlos, go. Who's your favorite of the bunch?
Bernie Mac.
All right, Johnny.
Cedric.
Okay, Hugh.
Cedric.
And Marie.
Cedric.
Oh,
I want to be cool.
So we got 2 votes for Bernie Mac and 3 for
Mission
Cedric.
accomplished.
Bernie Mac was the funniest of that bunch, hands down. That dude was.
He was funny.
That dude was hilarious, man.
Remember the little kid bit with the cookies?
He was a good actor. Like he was a good character actor. He was funny, man. But all right, Hugh. Anybody else you got?
Well, no, I was going to give you a couple of stories. What's interesting is that I met a couple of those comedians, you know, doing, again, the carpets out in LA, and it was weird. Like Will Ferrell, for example, because that was shortly after Anchorman, which I thought was funny as shit. And so after we were done interviewing him, I said to him, "What is love?" Remember the bit? Gonna find my baby. You know, they start to sing. He looked at me like I was like from Mars. Sorry, what? Yeah, it was just weird. And
well, you think about it. How was he supposed to know that?
Of course he knows it. The fact is, the point I was going to make is that I've met a couple others, done the same thing with them. Unless they're being paid to be on, they're not on.
But you have to understand, Will Ferrell's not a stand-up comedian either. You know.
Well, the same thing happened with Gervais, who is a stand-up comedian. Same thing happened with Jay Leno, for example. Just when they're not being paid to be on, they're not really that funny. And it's weird to say that because you would think, oh, these guys must be funny all the time.
But
they're not.
That's just it. Do you think that? Because I don't think that.
I guess I did think that. I did.
Yeah, like if your best friend was Dave Chappelle, do you just assume everything he say you're gonna laugh at?
Not everything, but I guess I just would have, if I fed him a line, which I did like I did it with Gervais. He does a great.
What'd you tell Gervais? What'd you tell him?
Well, the Humpty Dumpty bit he did as part of one of his specials, where he was nursery rhymes. Or
what would you say to him?
something from one of the lines leading into one of the bits, and it wasn't that he didn't remember it. He just wasn't going to be funny for me. Like, it wasn't going to be, he just, and I realized afterwards, it's not real fair to expect him to be that. Yeah, but I did think that.
Yeah,
before.
yeah. You almost you're like you threw him a bone, and he was a dog. Do this trick for me. That's what it almost felt like. Like it's what you wanted.
Well, it was slightly different because we're on a carpet. We're doing an interview.
I get it.
He could have done it, but
he's probably also there for whatever movie you're doing, and he probably ask me about the damn movie or ask me about this or that. Like,
right.
Right.
I just thought that was it. It was interesting to me. That's
why you don't have that job anymore, because you sucked at interviews.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why.
Totally sucked. Like, hey, Hugh Grant.
Thank God, my life's so much better.
Okay. Yeah. Marie, give me some comedians. You can't say Chappelle.
I was just gonna say I was binge watching him for the last day. I watched all 5 of his
specials,
Netflix specials. He's one of those that hasn't gone downhill. He actually got funnier. I've seen in person Ralphie May, Josh Blue. I saw Ari Shaffir. He's great, but I think he got canceled.
Fuck yeah, he should.
Wait, what's his name?
Ari Shaffir.
So after Kobe died, he posted something on his Instagram like, "Oh, I'm glad, dude, he's a fucking rapist," and go Charlotte Hornets and whatnot. And then everywhere that he went, they were like, "Hey, if you let him, perform tonight, we're gonna shoot up your club." And he got that a lot. And I don't know if he performs anymore. I know he still has a podcast.
I haven't heard anything about him.
But yeah, he's there's jokes and then there's completely inappropriate. Yeah, and he just put a target on his back for all of America.
When he was trying to be funny, is that what it is?
He has that dark humor.
Yeah. He thought people were gonna get it.
I don't know. I just know, just listening to other people's podcasts, they would contact him and say, "Hey, dude, I don't know if you should have done that," type of thing. Okay. We're friends and all, but he kind of fucked up.
Yeah. Marie, tell us why he's your favorite.
I didn't say he was my favorite. I just said I liked him.
Yeah, why do you like
why do you like
people?
that guy? Huh? You're terrible. What's wrong with you?
My last name is terrible, remember?
That is true.
There's this guy named Andrew Schultz, and he does a lot of crowd work, and he's so funny because it's very witty. It's off the top of his head. YouTube him. He's great. Let's see. There was someone else. Tom Segura.
He's funny. Yeah.
There was another guy who's bald. I also just saw in women comics, I feel like don't get enough credit, but I'm not going to lie, they're not as funny. But I just did see a special for Hannah Gadsby. She's Australian. She was kind of funny. She was pretty funny, actually. Let's see who else. I feel like everyone has a Netflix special. So it's really
Lafayette, what do you think about Angela Johnson?
Angela Johnson?
She does the nail salon thing.
I don't know
so
who
old.
That stupid bitch is.
Oh, wait.
Marie doesn't know the story. Let's go tell Marie the story.
Yeah, that's episode 1 or 2.
Basically, so you guys said she's known for her little Korean nail salon bit. And then she was hyping up a special, so I went to watch it, some special on one of those streaming services. And I didn't laugh at one time. And I told her that on Twitter. I said, "You're not funny. You don't have one funny bit at all." And I watched this special. You're not a funny person. Oh, she did not like that. We went back and forth about 10 tweets. And I just kept telling her.
She was talking shit about your rap.
Oh, she was talking shit about, she was talking shit back to me. And I was talking shit back to her. And I just told her, "You're not funny. There's nothing funny about what you say. None of your specials are funny." Why are you being such a hater? Oh, just watch her. She's not funny.
I know, but why do you have to go and say something to her?
Because she was on something I was watching and hyping it up. I already knew she wasn't funny. Even when I was watching this interview she was doing. And I was like, I'm going to watch this special. Maybe she's got funny.
Why do you have to go out of your way to say something, though? That takes a lot of effort and time and energy.
I'm the type of person that feels like if you're going to hype yourself up, and I'm a person that loves stand-up comedy, I'm going to tell you, go fuck yourself. You're not funny. Just don't
support them instead of
How did I support them? I'm not supporting them.
You went and watched her Netflix special?
That's not supporting her. She got paid for it. She didn't get paid extra.
Yeah, but she got
Probably does.
more views or whatever. Yeah, exactly.
I have to go and now, what do you call that? Certify if she's funny. I'm the comedy certification.
Yeah, because you're professional.
Yes.
Everyone, you're like the Roger and Ebert of fucking comedy specials.
Yes, of comedy specials. And I told her that, and like I said, we just went back and forth, and it got to the point where she just blocked me because
how does she even know that you were a rapper or that you have music?
In my bio, it just says rapper or whatever, blah blah on Twitter.
Oh, I hype myself up.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I don't ever talk about like my music on Twitter. It's just in my bio. And then she got She got super pissed about everything I told her.
Did you get any side hate because she has a pretty loyal following?
That's just it. Nobody got on her side.
Okay.
Like nobody really jumped in, and it was all, like I said, it was back and forth. Like it was like just back and forth. And
I need to see these transcripts.
You can't. That account is completely suspended indefinitely because I called the senator a stupid mother effing cunt. So,
oh, you can't say fucking, but you can say cunt.
Cunt, that's what I said in the original podcast. That we did about this.
We've been through this already.
Exactly what I said.
We've been through this already, and I did. Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's a stupid. No, I actually called her a retarded fucking cunt. Yeah, that's what.
Oh, yeah, that's what you're talking about. Now I remember.
Yeah, and then Twitter's like, that's offensive. The word retarded. That's what they took out of it. They said the word retarded is offensive, and I was like, not fucking cunt. That's cool.
Right. You didn't tell me she responded to you. She responded.
No, she didn't. Twitter did, because somebody from her camp reported my tweet.
But who was responding to you back and forth? Was it her or somebody?
No, that was a comedian.
The comedian responded to me back and forth.
Okay.
Marjorie Taylor Greene. No, it was Twitter that told me, sorry, sir, that word is offensive to people.
No, I got you. You moved over to Green.
I was like, what the fuck? Anyway, she's not funny. Thanks for asking me, though. She is not funny at all. She's not. And if you're a fan of, what's her name again?
Angela Johnson.
So you're a fan of Angela Johnson. You can.
You know her name. Stop it.
I don't know her name because she's not funny. That's all.
I will say I saw her last special. It wasn't that good, but she looks super cute. So, I'm going to give her a pass.
No, I can't. No, I can't.
She used to be a Raiders cheerleader, I think.
Even if Jennifer Lopez is like, I'm going to do stand-up comedy, and I'll be like, I don't give a shit, bitch. You better make me laugh.
Yeah, ho, anyway.
Just make me laugh.
Who was funny? I didn't expect to be that funny when I saw him live was Bob Saget. That guy's dirty.
He's dirty. He's dirty. You know what?
I think I've heard that a lot.
You know what about him? It's because your perception of Danny Tanner.
Right.
Exactly. Right. Full House.
Yeah. And you're like, this guy's fucking filthy. Like, yeah. I mean, I've seen a lot of stand-up comedy. Like I said, people will say, well, who's your favorite? I always say Dave Chappelle's my favorite. I've seen the guy 3 times live.
He's so good, though.
He is hilarious.
He's kind of arrogant, but he's so good.
And then, I've seen, Frank Caliendo's funny live. And then, I've seen Carlos and I saw Dan Soder live. We had no idea who he was in one of the funniest shows I've ever seen.
Dan Soder?
He was flipping hilarious. And then we saw Mitch Hedberg live, and that dude, man, talk about.
I didn't really get his comedy because they're just
he was so good.
Retarded one-liners.
No, he was so
if you want to eat 1 million things, rice is it. Like that's not even funny.
It's so funny. Johnny gets it. And he's Asian, so it's even better.
But what's funny is that we went with someone who called me up. Hey, I got extra tickets if you want to come. And I was like, all right, Lafayette, let's go check out this comedy show. And we got there, and the girl was like, oh, this guy's my favorite comedian. I'm like, cool. So they sat us in the front.
Right in front
of her. She was wearing a DKNY shirt, right? So through the show, Mitch says, DKNY, bitch, buy me a vowel. And she, from that point on, was like, this guy is not my favorite comedian anymore.
And the best part is he does it in front of the table, like pointing at her shirt. And she just shut down, like almost like head down. Like, I'm not going to respond to any more of this.
That was pretty funny, though.
This is, and then
I love crowd work.
I saw Guy Torry live in Sacramento. And if you guys know I don't know if you guys know who Guy Torry is. Yeah, he's okay.
Guy Torry.
He was wearing a Laker jersey, and all his jokes were about the Kings. Like literally half his set was just about how the Kings suck and Lakers are champs, blah, blah, blah. Well, come to find out, but years later, this is about 2018. Guy Torry and I are on the same like YouTube talk show. Like he's a co-host with me. And I tell him that story. He's like, I remember that night. You guys fucking suck. I'm like, you're still going on about that? And he's like, yeah. So yeah, him and I were like on the same YouTube show together, and it was hilarious because he just wouldn't drop it. He's a son of a bitch. I told him, dude, it's like, hey, your show was okay at best. Like, you know, you're a little bit better than Angela Johnson. But yeah,
do that.
Yeah, you want to be there, or you want to do the comedy?
Both.
Okay, hold on.
I can get you on an open mic.
First of all, no, I want to hear some comedy from Marie.
Well, I'm not prepared. I don't have my jokes in front of me.
Yeah, man, it's wrong.
What kind of topics would you talk about? What would be your thing? What would be? Because you made one point earlier. Female comics are not as funny as men.
That would be my biggest fear, is that I wouldn't be as funny as I thought I would be. I think I would talk about how my ethnicity, because everyone thinks I'm Italian, but I'm not. But that I actually had stuff written down, but I'm not going to ruin it.
Yeah, don't give away your show. Good point. I think, and that's, hey, you know what? That's a good point you just made. I mean, do you guys have friends that they think they're like the funny one of the group? And everyone knows
what are you trying to say?
No, we're not talking about you right now. Calm down. Holy
Defensive
crap.
much?
Holy
Jesus.
crap, Angela. Calm your ass down. You're not funny.
That's my middle name.
Is it?
No.
Yeah, God damn it. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure you guys had that growing up. The guy that he thinks he's the funny one, and everyone around you knows he's not that guy. You know, like anybody.
I wouldn't necessarily say that, but it is interesting when you have when you go to different groups of friends, and then you might be the funny guy in one group, and then of course this person over here is the funny guy in this group, and
yeah, but funny is subjective, because I will say something that I think is fucking hilarious, and then I could say it to someone who's fucking basic, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" You know,
you're gonna be one of those celebrities. Like, you're so basic.
Yeah. I mean, but that's true too. But I think there's certain certain funny friends you have that everybody gets, right? You know, so I don't know. Has anybody?
If you don't have the funny friend, then you are the not funny friend.
Well, that's another thing. In your group of friends, or even in the past, were you the funny friend?
Kitties.
Is that something maybe you were known as?
Funny looking.
Okay, well,
funny, funny they laugh behind my back.
How would you know that you're funny then?
No, I'm not saying that I thought I was funny, but they were more laughing at me, not with me.
Okay, take a
I
joke
can relate to them.
Take a laugh any way you can get it.
Exactly.
Any way you can get it.
What do they say? Any attention is good attention.
Exactly. Any press is good press, even if it's bad press. That's right. Hugh, how about you? Were you ever known as the funny guy in your group? That'd be no. He's too slow to answer. Yeah.
Well, no, I didn't.
You're supposed to say something really witty right there.
No, I didn't have it. It wasn't coming. I would say no.
Okay. No,
not
Johnny. Were you ever known as the funny guy in your friends group?
Just depends on the group.
Okay, so
that's true.
On the group. So
wait, that's a Carlos and Lafayette
that's true,
question. Though. Do you think he's funny?
Johnny?
Yeah.
I do.
Johnny
I do.
Is very witty.
I think
with your judgmental tone, Marie.
He's witty and
don't attack me.
I was asking because they grew up with you.
No. Yeah, no. Johnny is like the mild funny guy. He's not like you don't expect much. You know, he's gonna give you some funny ha though. You know, that's the thing about Johnny. I don't expect like, oh shit, Johnny's coming. All right, fellas, get ready. It's gonna be good. More like we're hanging out for 20 minutes and Johnny says one thing, you're like, oh man, that was funny. Okay, let's wait 20 more minutes and say something else.
Better than Dennis.
The recharge.
Oh, damn it, Dennis. Dennis is my funny friend. I can laugh at him all day.
Gotta keep an open mind, buddy.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Well,
hey, Carlos, how about you?
Well, yeah, like Johnny, it depends on the group. I was the funny guy in a lot of the groups, but not in every group. My jokes fell flat.
That's when you just show your junk. That's it.
What?
Johnny's like, wait, that works?
Yeah. All right, I'm writing all kinds of shit down. Prince Albert.
Sean Connery, show my junk.
The joke. No one laughed.
I feel like I should get college credit for attending this podcast. I learned so much tonight.
See?
But they told me it works.
Yeah, that's funny. All right, well, that's our show. thanks for tuning in to Nerds Talking, the podcast. That's Carlos over there. Go ahead and say
Bye-bye.
That's Hugh McCord over there.
Bye.
And we got Marie.
Bye.
And
Don't you fucking
we
do
got it. Oh, we got it, Johnny. Oh, we got it. You and I, man, we're like the hot couple. John. That's right. All right, Johnny, go ahead and say bye-bye. Say it.
I'm not gonna fucking do
Just
it.
say
because you know what you're gonna do. Say it in your
fucking
native
do it.
language.
I'm not gonna say anything.
I'm the fucking.
No, I'm not
funny
gonna
one
say it. Oh, however the fuck you say it. All right.
You know what's funny? I'm pretty sure you said something. I don't know Vietnamese that well, but that sounded like it. Huh.
All right,
I'm pretty sure I'm offended.
Thanks for tuning in. Download, subscribe, turn on notifications, leave a review, tell your friends. Marie, tell your dad. We'll see you next time on Nerds Talking the podcast.